My name is Eva Venes. I'm the founder of Pilaris, a Pilaris studio and corrective exercise facility where I mainly work with people who suffer from chronic pain or some kind of chronic condition, for example, MS, Parkinson's disease, severe cases of scoliosis and asthma, just to mention a few. One of the most common complaints that people come to me with is foot pain. It's almost as common or sometimes even more common than lower back pain. In last week's video, I was discussing one of the main causes of foot pain, and as I mentioned, it's the too much inwards movement in the ankle, which is basically when you're standing and you're not distributing your body weight properly because you're rolling in your ankles and you're putting too much weight on the medial side of your feet. As I suggested, you teach yourself to raise your arches and spread out your toes and just place your body weight on all four corners of the feet. Also, in last week's video, I taught you how to roll the bottom of your feet with a foot roller. This week, we are going to learn how to release the calves because your calf muscles basically hang down on your lower legs like strings on a puppet. They attach to the bottom of your feet and they are responsible for moving your feet. So, for example, the calf muscles are the ones that pull your toes up towards your shin. They are the ones that lift your heel up and pull your toes the other way. They are the ones that turn your feet in and out, and they are also rotating your feet. So when your calf muscles are too tight, they are unable to make those movements happen in the feet. Also, if you mainly drop your arches towards the floor and your ankles and your feet never get variety and they never get to move the other way, then certain calf muscles and foot muscles get overly tight, other ones get overly elongated and weak. So it's very important to loosen up the tight knots, spots, adhesions that with overuse or underuse your muscles create. I really like to use a foam roller for calf massage because it's quick and it's efficient. This type of foam roller is hollow in the middle and it has a foam padding on the outside. These big rectangular ones resemble the forearm strokes of a massage therapist. These long noodle-shaped like ones, they are really good for resembling like a finger and hand massage. And these little bitty ones, they resemble massage done with a thumb. Okay, so you can just angle the roller a little bit and customize it for your specific needs. What I'm going to do is I take a seat. You can do this seated on the floor, for example on a yoga mat, and just rest your lower leg on that foam roller. Then roll the roller back and forth, applying a little bit of pressure on the roller. So just make sure that your leg is not feather light, but you want to push it a little bit into the roller. And just roll back and forth, especially the lower half of your lower leg. Of course you can go all the way up, but make sure that you don't miss the lower part. And let's just go back and forth, nice and slow. So if you find a tender spot, then make sure that you spend a little time. You can even stop the movement, stop the rolling, and just press that spot into the foam roller. Okay. And I recommend that you do this at least 10 times. Make sure that you go slowly, as I mentioned. Now I'm going a little bit higher up, so I'm massaging the belly of the calf as well. I can guarantee that it feels really good. Of course, it can be a little bit painful, but make sure that you don't stop just because you feel some discomfort, because the discomfort will go away and it will greatly reduce your calf tightness and your foot pain. Then another thing I'm going to do is I bring the roller back to the lower part of my calf and then I turn out my leg. And again, I'm using the same technique. I'm pushing my leg a little bit into the roller and I'm just going back and forth. Another thing you can do is angle that roller under your leg. So you're addressing your tissues from a different angle, and it's a completely different sensation. If you find a good tender spot, I call them good, but they're really tender, stay on that spot a little bit, see if it's going to release. If you want more tension, more pressure, stack up your legs, just double up the weight on the roller. Then we are going to roll the medial part of the calf, so I'm just going to rotate my entire leg a little bit inwards, and I'm going back and forth, and I can definitely feel it. If you are like me and you spend a lot of time on your feet, then your calves are probably really sensitive. So many people complain of calf cramps as well and calf tightness, and this is a great way of eliminating that uncomfortable feeling when you get Charlie horses in your calves. Again, I'm gonna angle that roller just so I'm addressing the tissues from a different angle, and that gives me a completely different sensation. And just make sure that you go a little bit higher up as well, so address the entire length of the calf, just move back and forth. And I think I forgot to do that on the lateral side, so I'm going to return and just repeat it. And now I feel a really tender spot in my calf, so I'm gonna stop and just double up my legs, stack up my legs. If you find one of those spots in your calves, I recommend that you stay on that spot for about 20 seconds, just apply pressure on it, see if you can make it go away. So this is a great way to eliminate tension in your calves, eliminate those frequent Charlie horses that people so often complain of. They make you jump out of your bed in the middle of the night because they are just so painful. So this is a great way to get rid of those Charlie horses. Also, if you have plantar fasciitis or you have any level of foot pain, make sure that you do this because your foot pain will never go away if you don't release your calves.